Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Here's Van Vliet. Hasn't made one yet. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. Now, here is Young. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Isaac outside. Kings moving the ball around. Now, man. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Man's got 8.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Young with no one around. No good off the spin. Van Vliet with it. Still without a basket. Rejected by Young.
And time that one just right. That'll fire up Young and his teammates.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. 5 to shoot. Here's man. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Their next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors. They're in the midst of this long 6-game road trip. That will be game 4. They set the pick. Jones, no one around him. And the 3 off target.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Pass to man. Driving to the basket. Misses from short range.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Young for 3. Drills it from outside. He's got 10.
He's smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
And here is Van Vliet. Still scoreless.
You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. It's Ellis on the wing. Off target from three-point range.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Down low. Here's man. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Man's got 5 points now this quarter.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And there's a foul called on Trey Mann. That's his first foul. Young taking his time here. He takes it in. And Adebayo with the block. Denied. Van Vliet outside. Back to man. Pass to Isaac. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Man. Isaac trying to break free. Man can't hit.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Young outside. Ellis outside. 6 to shoot. It's Young on the wing. 10 points for him.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Grant. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. Now, Man. The 19-footer is on the money. Man's got 7 points for the quarter.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
To the paint. Here's Hukporty. The basket good. Off the assist from Young.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Timeout called by the Kings. Some changes here for the Raptors. Here is Carter. Scoreless thus far.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Sacramento foul. Zaire Williams. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's the screen. Pass to Wiles. Robinson left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here is Carter. Here's Branham. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Toronto ball.
It's been all Raptors. To the right side. Pass to White. Back to Wiles. The 3. Carter pulls it in. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Sacramento. Here's Branham. Carter with the screen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the 3. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
Now here's White. Toronto working the ball around now. It's Robinson high post. It's White on the wing. Pass to Wiles. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Kings ball.
Here is Carter. Still yet to score. Here's Branham. Here's Jackson Davis. Defended by Looney. Here's Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Now Carter. Pass to Jackson Davis. Clock at 6. To the middle. Here's Williams. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Here's Robinson. Rebound by Williams. Carter outside.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Highsmith. They set the pick. Stolen by Robinson. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. White with it. Over Carter. And it's White missing. And it's Sacramento's ball. And there is the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game. And the Kings making a change here.
Substitution for your
1:25 left to play in the third. Here's Branham. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 5. They get it again. Jackson Davis can't get it to go. It's been all Raptors. White looking around. Pass to Whitmore. Outside White. To the inside. Here's Wiles. Out of bounds. Sacramento takes possession.
Into the lineup for your Kings. Number 17.
Here's Sacramento. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
There's the pick. Pass to Highsmith. Shot clock at 6. Here's Branham. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not helping things, and his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by the Kings. And here's Carter. Driving inside. The layup off target. And so it's Toronto rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Now, here is Young. Pass to Ellis. Young outside. Antetokounmpo looking it over. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And his athleticism comes through in all kinds of ways. You've got to be nimble to make moves like Giannis.
Now here is Carter. Cutting the screen. Pass to Jackson Davis. Here's Branham. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. One minute now into this fourth quarter. It's intercepted. And the Kings pushing it up now. And the NBA last season, Richard, really emphasizing it's an 82-game league. And I know you love that.
Oh, that is my favorite thing. I was taught by the legends of the game that you go out there and play every single night that you can. At some point in time, the sports and science team realized that it is very difficult to be a professional. But I stand by. 82 games is an achievement that very few can achieve now.
Pass to Mark. Here's Branham. Over Young. And Jones pulls it down.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all. You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for your Kings. Bruce Brown.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. There's the lob at Kumbo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
It may be the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Mark. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's size, no doubt a huge factor, a master at getting up to block shots.
Jones, that's for two. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Now, here is Young. With the drive. 4 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo, no good. Now Jones. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics. And there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
And the Raptors call time here.
Once again, fans, that was your 916 Crew Dance Team.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for Toronto. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Young for 3, and the Raptors miss again. And here now the Kings. Brown outside. Pass to Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Grant. Money from the wing.
And mid-range isn't exactly Grant's go-to spot, but he takes a focused shot there and gets it to go.
Young outside and stolen by Williams. Adebayo down low. Sacramento moving it around. Grant outside. 14 feet away. Offensive rebound. And Adebayo throws it down.
Second chance points kill you. It's a strength of Adebayo picking up the garbage and putting it in.
Screen by Young. And he drops that one in. And that's 12 points for Trae Young. Outside, Jones. Pass to Williams. Adebayo the screen. Back to Williams. Grant with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Adebayo down low. And Adebayo throws it down.
And he is no stranger to physical basketball. Adebayo has to deal with plenty of contact down low.
Now, here is Young, trying to find Whitmore, and gets it to him.
Assist from
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one
Yeah,
up.
the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Here's Brown. Outside, Jones. Back to Brown. From down low. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Young with the ball. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil.
3
Do
points.
you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
And here is Brown, following the three-pointer by Trae Young. Brown drives in and finished off by Brown.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
And here we go. Williams up on top. Outside, Jones. And he drives in. Comes up empty down low. Toronto calls timeout. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
No offense.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substituting on the court.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
And here are the Kings now. Here's Van Vliet. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
The shot by Looney, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
And great find by VanVleet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Jones. Sacramento making their last shot. .152 left to play here in the fourth. Powell with the screen. And Looney sends it back. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're behind by 23.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
And Toronto making a change here.
Sacramento Kings breaker.
1:41 left to play in the final quarter. Just 3 to shoot. And here's Matthews for the 3. Rebound by Williams.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Now here's Jones. Robinson on the wing. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Toronto.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jones looking for an opening. Over Matthews. Sacramento grabs the miss. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the